What's happening, Duel? Synchro Menace here with another deck profile. It's another Synchro deck. This is a deck I don't think I've ever seen it. I've never played against it. I don't hear people talk about it much, but I've kind of figured out how to make it work, and I think it's pretty fun. It's definitely a unique deck. It's a little bit more stringent of a engine that I've had to add pieces to over time to make more consistent. But I can guarantee you, when this deck assaults the opponent, they are definitely on notice and they are definitely intimidated. So if you haven't figured out what this deck profile is, we're going to be talking assault mode. So first up, we've got 3 copies of the Searcher in the archetype. Cyberflector. Then 1 each of Assault Sentinel, Assault Mercenary, and Assault Beast. Now for the Assault Mode monsters that you cannot summon without Assault Mode activate. First off is the playset of the main monster and the Assault lineup. Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. He's an Omni Negate. He can negate any spell, trap, or monster, any spell card, trap card, or monster effect. And he operates just like Stardust in regards to that. Next, we have Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. I have not been able to find this card in a lower rarity than Ultimate Rare. I'd love to have one so I can take this card out and put it in my collector binder, but until then I'll have to run it. And 1 copy of TG Harbor Cannon Assault Mode. For the spells and traps, obviously we're going to run a playset of Assault Mode Activate. Next, we've got 1 copy of Assault Mode 0. This is essentially Assault Mode Activate and a quick play spell. And it summons from the hand, whereas Assault Mode Activate specifically says deck. So it definitely is handy to have at least 1 copy of it, of Assault Mode 0. Next, 2 copies of Assault Reboot. And this isn't exactly an Assault Mode card, but Assault Teleport. If you happen to have an Assault Mode monster in your hand and no Assault Mode 0 or access to it, this card will put it back into your deck and draw 2 cards. So it doesn't have mode or activate. It doesn't have mode in the name or activate in the text, which makes it a non-Assault Mode activate adjacent card. So I only run 1 copy. Now for the first of the 2 engines that I've added to this deck to support the Assault Mode activations, I've got 3 copies each of the Inca Walkers. The first is Supe Dustwalker, and 1 copy of what she summons, Supe. And then Fire Ant Ascator and his Dawn Walker, Ascator. For the second engine in this deck, which I may take out because it locks you into wind monsters, but it's still a great combo engine if you can draw it early. We've got 3 copies of Wind Witch Ice Bell, 1 copy of Glass Bell, and 1 copy of Snow Bell. Now for the spells and traps. First off, we've got 2 copies of a very essential field spell, Mound of the Bound Creator. Next, we've got 2 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords, 1 for 1, Terraforming, Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn, and Emergency Teleport. This is only used to summon Side Reflector. And for the traps, Solemn Strike, Solemn Morning, and 2 copies of Grand Horn of Heaven. And now for the extra deck. We start with 2 copies of Stardust Dragon, 1 copy of Red Dragon Archfiend, and 1 copy each of the Dawn of the Inca Walkers Synchros, Moon Dragon Kia, and Sun Dragon NT. Then 1 copy of Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, 1 Cyburst Quantum Dragon. This card is a great anti-boss monster. This card by itself can out-Dragoon. 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, 1 Clear Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, 1 Beals of the Diabolic Dragons, 1 Cloud Castle, and he did just get a rarity bump, so I need to replace that. 1 Ravenous Croc Dragon Arceus, 1 Underclock Taker, and 1 copy of an underrated and underplayed, in my opinion, Link monster known as World Gears of Thurological Demiurgy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my Assault Mode deck profile. It's synchro based. There really isn't, I mean, as you can see, it's synchro based. There's nothing else really to summon with it. There are other summons you could put in the extra deck, say, you know, some sort of level 5 for the walkers, the Inca walkers, or, you know, some rank 8s. Like I could put a Ningirsu in here, or I could put Big Eye, or, you know, something for the rank 7s, maybe Red Eyes Flare Metal, something like that. I mean, I could put a 9 in here. I could put Phantom Fortress or something like that in here. There are several different additions you could make to the deck, but for now I think it's good how it is. It's definitely a work in progress, trying to make Assault Mode awesome, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job and I'm well on my way. If you all have any advice for me, or you want to try the build and whatnot, let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoy it. With that being said, that's my profile for Assault Mode. Synchro Menace out.